Hello, my name is Fiona Raynes, and I'm here to tell you today about my new book. And it's a special story about Portland. And here it is. It's called From Sea to Stone, the Portland Selkies. And the reason I wrote it was because I went to Tout Quarry and I saw the Roy dog.
Right.
And it gives you information, but it doesn't tell you where the Roy dog comes from. Was his owner called Roy? I just didn't know. And I asked lots of people on the island. My best friend comes from Portland and she knows all the stories.
Right.
Her father used to tell stories as well, but she didn't know the answer. So I thought, well, in that case, I'll make one up. So, so I found the derivation of the word Roy, and I had two choices. The first choice was the Scottish connection. So you might have heard of somebody called Rob Roy.
Right.
So they were called Roy because they had red hair. And I thought, no, I don't want to go down that route. And then the other choice was a French word, Roy, R-O-I, meant king. So I thought, right, let's make him French.
Right.
So I turned him into a French king who was magicked into the Roy dog and sent away to Portland to guard this pirate magician's treasure. And that's how he came to come to Portland. And in my story, I make him really fierce. All the things that I read about in Tout Quarry, you know, the eyes in his fur and everything, right. And of the sailors. But I then had to bring a good element into the story, so good and evil. And I looked at all the mythical creatures and I found one called the Selkie, who is the kindest creature, because mermaids and sirens, they will lure the sailors to their death. So they're as bad as the Roy dog. So the Selkie comes into the story. Now, a Selkie is a creature that lives on land and in the sea. So they magic themselves from the sea, being a seal, and then they become a woman or any person on the land. So you don't actually know that they're magic.
Right.
And so we've got Portland Selkies now. And basically the Portland Selkie comes and rescues a fisherman and they become married, have children, but the Roy dog keeps stealing the fish from everyone on the island, so they try to do something about it. So this is the story of how Mira, the Selkie, tames the Roy dog, and the Roy dog now is a protector of the island. She befriends him, and that's the story. And if you see a seal in the harbour now, that could be a Selkie making sure that we're all safe. And if the Selkie doesn't feel that we're being safe with each other or kind or helpful, then they're going to get the Roy dog to come back and sort everybody out. So that's basically the story in a nutshell. But there's lots of like little twists and turns within that story in my little book.
I think the Roy dog, if I remember correctly, has one blue eye and one red eye.
It's a green eye
It's a
and
green
a red
eye.
eye.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
that's right. Yeah, but well remembered.
Yes.
I guess that's port and starboard, perhaps. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I actually created a video about the Roy dog sculpture many years ago.
You
and
did.
It's now on my channel.
I've watched it. It's amazing. Yeah, I love it.
So how did you get the book published? What was it? Amazon or where is it available?
This one is actually self-published by Fleur Publishing in Weymouth, and I've only made 30 copies just to see how it goes.
Right.
And so it's Dorset Arts Week next week for 2 weeks, and I'm going to have my copies there ready to sell, and I've also made some cards that you can buy to go with it of the Roy dog.
Right.
Because a lot of people don't know who the Roy dog is. Anyone on Portland does know.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to be in the theatre in Fortuneswell, Portland, and that's where my book will be for sale, and it's only going to be £5.
Okay. And you'll sign them for anybody who asks.
Yeah, I could
all
definitely
that kind of
sign them.
stuff.
Yeah, it's a good idea,
Yeah,
actually. Yes.
yeah.
If they want me to sign them, that's fine.
Okay, so have you got a link to where people can see the book, or
Yes,
that I can
so
put under the video?
Fiona Raynes in Instagram should come up, and I've got information about the book on there.
Okay. So any further ideas for more books, or just
Definitely.
yeah?
So I'm really interested in folklore and poetry. I've got poetry in there as well. And I'm going to write another book about more folklore and then make it relevant to this area. And I want to also, I've got another book in as well, but that's for the future. Lots of
Okay.
ideas.
Thank you for the interview.
Oh, thank you, Peter.